I drafted this list about 10 days ago. Now, there's quite a bit going on in here, but we did win this race, but the driver that won it, and to be fair, somebody else had to lose it in the sister Williams before he won it, so he didn't really step up fully. He's kind of said some not too nice things about my father in the last couple of days, saying my father should leave Formula One, but let's still leave it in there, but let's break it down why it's in there. You're looking a bit inquisitive now, it's the 2001 German Grand Prix. And the prime reason why it's in here is because, as you know, a great deal of my career at Williams was running various forms of our young driver program and then undertaking that personally, which involved Juan-Pablo Montoya's F3000 program, championship winning F3000 program with Supernova in 1998, which was Williams funded. Likewise, 4 years of the Petrobras F3000 team, which delivered a championship for Bruno Junqueira and race wins for the likes of Antonio Pizzonia. And then through all of those iSport years as well, where we had great success, of course, winning championships, there was only one weekend, because as we know, F3000, GP2, F2, for many years now, that's become the main support race, the Saturday afternoon race, and now Sunday morning race to the Grand Prix. Germany 2001 at Hockenheim was the only time that the Formula One team, Williams, and what I was doing, won the race on the same weekend. We locked out the front row on Saturday afternoon, and then a couple of hours later I was down in the F3000 paddock celebrating a Petrobras win for Riccardo Sperafico in his rookie season. So it was the only time that those two things both won races on the same weekend. We won the Grand Prix and the F3000 race on the same weekend. Never happened before with Montoya or Junqueira. Never happened again, of course, later on. So it was special for that. On the Formula One side, it was also the last ever Grand Prix held at the old Hockenheim. So again, another nice sort of little thing to have in Williams history, that we were the last to win there. And it also was Juan-Pablo Montoya's first career pole position. Of course, from what I just said, he was a big part of what I've been doing a few years prior to that in my career. So that was a very big moment. Unfortunately, dominating the race and through no fault of his own, during his one and only pit stop, the fuel rig malfunctioned and he was left cooking in the pits for too long whilst they came up with a solution to that. And of course, I think a lap or two later, his engine let go, and it allowed Ralf Schumacher in the very distant sister car to inherit a victory that he then made some comments about post-race, saying, well, we knew before the race we couldn't push the engine so much, and Juan-Pablo should have paid attention to that. And it was actually, that wasn't the case at all. It was just a bit of an excuse. So so it's not particularly special to me that Ralf Schumacher won it. It's sort of all of those other, it was the fact that a Williams won on the same weekend that a young driver program won, Juan-Pablo's first pole position. I remember we all had dinner on the Friday night in that Holiday Inn hotel near the circuit with the Montoyas. And on Saturday he went out and got the pole. And then Connie Montoya insisted, to keep the superstition going, that everyone who was at that dinner on Friday night had to have dinner together again on Saturday night to keep it going. And a few of us had to change plans and things like that. So we all had to, same table, same people, and it should have worked. He was dominating the race. It really was his race. It wasn't Ralph's race. It was sort of a bit of a race that was gift wrapped to Ralf, really. And it's on there primarily for that reason, that it was that weekend. It was only that weekend where both the F1 and the junior program took victory. Same event, same weekend.
And there's another lovely little piece of synergy there, which is that Holiday Inn that you mentioned is in a little town called Waldorf, which is where the Astor family originally lived. And they went to New York and started a hotel near Grand Central Station called the Waldorf, named after their town in Germany, which was one of your mum's all-time favourite hotels.
Yep, absolutely. I didn't know that, actually. I didn't know that. Yeah, absolutely. Well, there you go. You learn something new every day, as they say. But I promise I won't mention Ralf Schumacher again. We can get through the rest of this without him.